Welcome to the first Fuel Athletics Flamecast. For you guys that don't know me, I'm Coach Cam, and I coach at Fuel Athletics. Probably if you're watching this, you know me, so you know who I am. Today, my video is going to be about the importance of conditioning. So I did make a few funny videos, and at the end or in the beginning, I'll be explaining these really in depth, but for now, just watch the videos, get a general gist of what I'm saying, and then I'll explain the rest at the end. And then also check it out. We're here. Let's get started.
5, 6, 7, 8, 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
So, the major difference between these two teams is one simple word: conditioning. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's President Me. As past me was saying, conditioning is any bodily activity that increases your basically your physical fitness or your overall health and wellness. And a lot of people just know this as exercising, and it's about the same thing. Just in the athletic community, people call it conditioning more often. So you'll hear gymnasts, cheerleaders, dancers, martial artists, etc., especially martial artists, because they have different types of conditioning that actually conditions your body in a very different way, but mainly for cheer, since that's what we're talking about here. Cheer and gymnastics, but mainly cheer and tumbling, which is what we're talking about here. Your conditioning, usually you should have it composed of what I will be talking about, which is aerobic strength and flexibility. And I think I'll stop it right here and then let it go into that, and I'll let you get into it. So the next part of conditioning, you have three main types: aerobic, strength, and flexibility. First, you have aerobics. This is running, this is increasing your respiratory. So that second team that you saw, that's the reason why they were completely dead when they got off the mat. So, as you just saw in the aerobics video, they were doing amazing, even bumping into each other and falling. But it's a serious conditioning and serious exercise that anybody in gymnastics, cheerleading, honestly, period, in life, fitness-wise, should take seriously, because it has to do with your heart rate and your respiratory and your breathing and all of that. What ends up happening is you want to do exercises that keep your heart rate up and keep you breathing, because instead of breathing like after you're done and being winded after a routine, and you see that all the time, you see kids get off and they're dead, like in the second video in the beginning. What you really want to start thinking is, I want to keep my heart up, I want to keep breathing hard, so when it comes time to that time, your body's trained to do so. Those are muscles inside of your heart and your I don't know why I can't think of the name of it, but your heart and I want to say your lungs. I don't know. I think I'm blanking weird, but I don't want to redo this video again. So they're muscles, and you have to strengthen them the same way you would strengthen your regular muscles, which is what we'll talk about next. But they need to be strengthened so you can use them in the best capability. And if you're not trying to strengthen them, then you're going to have the results of untrained muscles, which is poor. You're going to be your body's going to be oxygen deprivated. It's not going to be good for you. So really take aerobics seriously, and running. That's why I have a lot of my teams run suicides. All right, next one. Strength conditioning, right? Secondly, over here, we have strength. Look at how well they're performing. I mean, honestly, this increases muscle fibers and makes sure that stunt you have, you can continue to hold up. You have legs, core, arms, you have, and everybody makes fun of the way I say arms, whatever. You have to make sure that you're training that as well, because I'm just going to put this one really simply. A lot of the things it does, though, is really important, like building muscle fibers, for instance. Muscle fibers, basically, imagine like a rubber band and it being tight or loose or something like that. Your muscle fibers make up your muscles, so if those are loose, they're more prone to tear. So if you're not doing strength conditioning, then your muscle fibers will end up tearing, or something can happen to them, because you're, yet again, just like I said earlier, it's not trained. But also it's going to make you stronger. In simplistic terms, it'll make your core stronger, which is important for skills. It'll make your legs stronger, your arms stronger. So for skills wise, it makes your body capable to do these things, which is why young children can't do certain things. Their bodies they haven't been developed enough to do what they need to be done to get the skill done. But when it comes to cheer, I'm going to talk about stunts here for a second. You notice a lot of people, it's like, oh, I can barely hold it up. That's usually shoulders, because a lot of people they forget that shoulders that's a muscle group right here. Right here is a muscle group. And if you're not training that, then what's going to end up happening is you might have crazy strong, but you can't hold anything above your arms, which is what a lot of people that co-ed now understand, because you'll see people that are huge and can co-ed girls, they have huge, just freaking, just walking around like that. But that's because they're dipping, toss, all the way to the top. You've got to strengthen up here, especially if you're stunning, and then legs, because that's what you're going to want to use mainly. You don't want to use your arms in stunning, because if that's all you're using, I apologize, that's not all you want to use. If that's all you're using, what's going to end up happening is you can't get the stun up. Your legs are the most powerful muscles in your body. I don't know the word to say this, but basically, strength-wise is in what you use in stunts. Your legs are the most important. They provide the most power. When you see people jump, there's an athletic position that you could look up. It's called the athletic position, and it's starting basically in a squat almost with your legs bent and your arms back here. And that's how people jump. If you look at any vertical jumps, so you look at all that stuff, they all start the same way, using their legs. You're using everything down there to get up. So you need to use the same thing while you're stunning, because that's where you're going to get that explosive power from. Last but not least, on the main we got flexibility. Flexibility is a key element in cheer or any other sport that you're doing, because it basically stops you from getting any tears, any injuries, and it really helps with injury. They seem tired and they're doing trash stretches, so we're done here. Flexibility. You should be stretching before and after practices, working out, conditioning, whatever you're doing. That's just a fun little tip and hint there. Flexibility is going to help you prevent a lot of injuries. So you see a lot of people getting strains, torn, et cetera, et cetera. That's because they haven't stretched it out. Their body's not ready for that impact they're going to be giving. The use that they're going to be using it at, or the level at which they are going to be using it at, their body's not used to. So then, and it tears, and their hamstrings and all that stuff. That's why you hear all those common injuries in cheer and gymnastics, because people go in wanting to do stuff, and then it's like, oh, well, I forgot to stretch. Don't forget to stretch. Stretching is important. I forgot the exact time, but I believe it's a very vague time, but I believe it was somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes. But that's why every practice you'll ever go to starts out with a warm-up and stretching. And sadly, I didn't put warm-ups in the video, but I want to include that with stretching. Warming up your body is important as well. You don't want to go anything cold. Imagine you have a car, right? And you're just starting it off, and your car is cold. You don't just if you live in up north, you understand this, because you actually have to warm up your car. You turn it on and then you let it sit. So it's the same thing with your body. And if you just start your body off and you're trying to go 0 to 100 immediately, your body's cold and it's not going to work as well, and something might get hurt, broken, torn, etc. You want to warm it up doing exercises like jumping jacks, lunges, little things that warm your body up while also stretching. Flexibility is killer, especially for flyers as well, and I feel like that's sort of self-explanatory. Well, guys, that's the video. I would like to make it longer at some point, but just to put it simply, conditioning is important. It helps your body stay fit, it keeps you healthy, and it increases the productivity of which you can use your body. To put it very simply, it's very important to any athlete. I'm going to make more videos like this, of course. This one I'm making relatively short because I'm busy, but the other ones, I did try and put a lot of effort into this one. But there's going to even be more effort. So those videos you saw, those will actually be like big videos of that funny stuff happening while I'm explaining like this. But at the time, I didn't have time. But for this one, I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think, etc. Have a great day, all right? Bye.
Cam, I'm really stressed out. How are we going to pay for Lit 6 this year?
With my side job.
What side job?
I'm a DJ.